The Summerall Guards of the Citadel, the West Point of the South, entertain early arrivals with a precision drill. And then the Mississippi Southern College Band, Dr. Raymond Manoni, conductor, and the Dixie Darlings appear. The band plays British Grenadiers as the Dixie Darlings dance. The Texas and Ole Miss teams take the field for the pregame warm-ups. Here is Darrell Royal, young coach of the University of Texas football team. And co-captains Wally Fondren, number 24, and Louis Delhomme. President Logan Wilson of the University of Texas is in a jovial mood. This is Coach Johnny Vaught and the Ole Miss co-captains, All-American Jackie Simpson, Wayne West, and Gene Hickerson. And Chancellor John Williams of Ole Miss wears a smile of confidence. Miss Patty Jo Haynes, queen of the 24th Sugar Bowl Classic, flashes a smile and waves to her subjects. Tulane University's Naval ROTC cadets under Captain Eves and numbering 123 midshipmen, along with 80 flag bearers, enter the stadium and march to the south end through a file of Summerall Guards at attention. The fans stand with bowed heads as a prayer for peace is delivered by Canon William Turner of Trinity Episcopal Church. Now the 80,000 fans join in singing the national anthem as Old Glory is raised to the flagpole atop the stadium. It's near game time. The Longhorns in white jerseys race onto the field to the cheers of the Texas Rooters. The Ole Miss cheerleaders now show the way to the Rebels in their blue and gray uniforms. Co-captains West, Hickerson, and Simpson of Ole Miss and co-captains Fondren and Delhomme of Texas meet for the toss. Ole Miss wins the toss, chooses the north goal, and elects to kick off. Texas will receive, defend the south goal. Here's the whistle. Jackie Simpson kicks off. And the ball carries to the Texas 3. Dowdle receives, and he returns 24 yards to the 27-yard line where Hurst makes the tackle. Texas ball on the 27. Walt Fondren calling the signals, but the Longhorns jump offside and are penalized 5 yards. First down on the 22 as Blanche takes a pitch out. He hits right guard for 2 yards. Hurst making the tackle. Second down now on 10 as Fondren keeps. He gains 3 yards at right tackle. Templeton brings him down. Longhorns go into punt formation with Fondren deep. Wally punts. And the ball goes to the Ole Miss 37 where Reed signals for a fair catch. The kick was good for 36 yards. Ole Miss ball now on at 37. Brown calling the signals. Ray finds a hole at right tackle for 5 yards and passes to Hurst, who lateral to Reed, but Ole Miss is penalized 5 yards for illegal procedure. Brown hands off to Lovelace, but Billy fails to gain left tackle. So Ole Miss drops into punt formation. Reed punts to the Longhorns 30. And Fondren returns to the Texas 41. First down now for Texas on her 41-yard line. Fondren handing off to Alvis for a gain of 4 yards. Ole Miss was offside on this one, and Texas takes the penalty. It's first down and 5. Fondren again hands off to Alvis, this time for a gain of 2 at right guard. Again, Fondren hands off to Alvis, and he goes over left guard for 9 yards, and it's a first down before Brown brings him to the ground on the Ole Miss 43. First and 10 for Texas. Ole Miss 43-yard line now. It's a keeper play with Fondren sweeping right in for 8 yards before Reed knocks him out of bounds. That makes it 2nd and 2. Here's Blanche taking the handoff over guard for 5 yards, and first down on the 30. Texas on the march now as Fondren calls the signals and hands off to Blanche. He hits over guard for 4. Willie Hickerson making the tackle. 2nd down and 6 yards to go as Fondren fakes a handoff to Blanche. He laterals to Dowdle, who goes around right end for 2. 3rd down, 4 yards to go for Texas. Alvis takes the handoff over guard for 2 yards. 4th down now for Texas. Fondren laterals to Alvis, but he fails to gain as Lovelace hits him at the line of scrimmage. And so Texas fails to make the 1st down. The ball goes over to Ole Miss on her 22-yard line. Here's Brown giving Hurst a handoff, and it's a gain of a yard over tackle. At this point, Franklin replaces Brown at quarterback for Ole Miss. He hands off to Flowers and hits over left tackle for a pickup of 3 yards. Franklin keeps the ball. He tries a sweep of left end. Gains 1 yard before Lackey trips him up. Now Ole Miss goes into punt formation. Franklin's deep. Bobby punts to the Texas 29-yard line. It's Ramirez. He fumbles, recovers, and then returns to the 32. 1st and 10 for Texas and a 32. Ramirez takes a handoff from Lackey for a gain of a yard, but he fumbles. He fumbles the ball, and Ole Miss recovers, and it's Ole Miss's ball on the Texas 33-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Rebels. Franklin fades to pass. He throws. It's incomplete, but Texas is penalized 15 yards on this one for illegal procedure. And so it turns out to be a 1st down for Ole Miss on the Texas 18-yard line. Franklin again fades to pass. This one's intended for Brewer, but it's wide of the target. 2nd and 10. Franklin at quarterback. He whirls, sweeps right in. Cutting back, he picks up 5 yards before Schillingberg brings him down. Again, the Ole Miss quarterback, Franklin, fades, keeps the ball, and goes over left tackle for 4. Anderson makes a stop. It's 3rd and 1 now. Brown is in at quarter. Ray sneaks over center for 2 yards, and it's a 1st down on the 7. Ole Miss marching for a score as Flowers takes a handoff from Brown. He fights his way to the Texas 1-yard line, a gain of 6 yards in the play. Ray Brown calling the signals. He keeps, and he sneaks over guard for the touchdown. Ole Miss scores, but it misses the conversion, leaving the score Ole Miss 6, Texas nothing. Lined up for the kickoff, Simpson will boot. And his kickoff carries to the Texas 6. Allen receives. He races back 21 yards to the Texas 27. That makes it 1st and 10 for the Longhorns on the 27-yard line. Fondren laterals to Ramirez, and he passes left-handed to Smith, but this play is going to be called back. Texas had an illegal man downfield. Texas is penalized 15 yards to make it 2nd and 25. And again they're penalized, this time for illegal procedure. And the ball is placed on the 7. This time Texas goes into a deep punt formation. Fondren standing in his own end zone while he punts out to the 45-yard line where the ball rolls dead. Ole Miss ball now, 1st and 10 on the Texas 45. Brown calling the signals. Ray keeps it, and he sweeps in for 7. Again, Brown keeps the ball and hits over tackle for 3 yards and a 1st down before Stevens makes the tackle. 1st and 10 on the Texas 35. Brown fades to pass. And he hits Williams for a gain of 12 yards and a 1st down on the 22. Hurst takes a handoff from Brown. He goes over tackle for 5 yards. That makes it 2nd down. 5 yards to go. Brown calling the signals. Ray keeps it, and he picks up beautiful blocking. The sweep in for 13 yards and a first down on the Texas 5. Here the first quarter ends with the score Ole Miss 6, Texas nothing. Ole Miss's ball on the Texas 5-yard line. Brown calls signals, hands off to Lovelace, but Kennan throws Billy for a loss of a yard. Ray Brown calling the signals. Ray keeps it, and he picks up 2 yards at right tackle. That makes it third down. 3 to go. Brown fades, and he passes to Williams in the end zone for a touchdown. Ole Miss scores again and converts. It's Ole Miss 13, Texas nothing. Simpson gets off a low boot to the Texas 15. Where Blanche takes it in, races back to the Ole Miss 44 before Brown brings him down. First and 10 now for Texas on the Ole Miss 44-yard line. Fondren calling the signals. He fades to pass. Buddy decides to run with the ball. Wally gains 10 yards before Lott brings him down. First and 10, the Ole Miss 34-yard line. Fondren hands off to Alvis, and he gets 3 at guard. Crane makes the tackle. Fondren calls the signals. Wally fades to pass. Evades several tacklers. It picks up a gain of 9 yards and a first down on the 22. That makes it a first and 10 for Texas. Fondren hands off to Dowdle, but Templeton stops him for no gain. Fondren fades back to pass. He's rushed hard, and the pass is incomplete, out of the reach of Blanche, the intended receiver. Fondren calling the signals. Takes a handoff. Then he finds a hole over tackle and gains 9 yards before Willie Hickerson makes a stop. It's fourth down on the Ole Miss 18. Fondren fades to pass, but he misses the receiver Lee. It's incomplete. The ball goes over to Ole Miss. Ole Miss's ball, first and 10, they're 18. Franklin calling the signals. He hands off to Flowers, who picks up a yard at guard. Hall takes a handoff, tries to sweep in, but he's thrown for a loss of 8 yards by Blanche. However, there's a penalty on the play. So it's first and 10 on the Ole Miss 5. Franklin, the quarterback, keeps it. He sweeps in for 10 yards before he's run out of bounds by Wilson. Now, after an exchange of punts, it's the Longhorns' ball, first and 10. Lackey's in at quarter, and the keeper, he picks up a yard at guard. Then Lackey fades to pass. He's rushed hard, throws it. Crane leaps to intercept, but the ball eludes him, and Blanche, the intended receiver. Brown comes up to intercept and return the ball to the Texas 20. It's Ole Miss's ball, first and 10, the Longhorn 20-yard line. Brown in at quarterback now. He hands off to Lovelace for a gain of 3 yards at tackle. That makes it second down, 7 yards to go. Ray Brown, the Ole Miss quarterback, keeps the ball. And he swings inside tackle for 8 yards and a first down on the 9. Reed takes the handoff. He sweeps in for 3 yards before Allen runs him out of bounds. That makes it second and 6. Brown at quarterback. Laterals out to Reed. He loses 3 yards as Blanche and Allen combine on the tackle. Lovelace takes a handoff, and he sweeps in for 9 yards and a touchdown. Ole Miss scores again. The kick is wide. The score, Ole Miss 19, Texas nothing at the end of the half. Well, the sun shines and the crowd of 80,000 fans packed into every seat in the stadium, which is built on the Tulane University campus. The Sugar Bowl is conducted as a civic non-profit venture with approval of the Extra Events Committee of the National Collegiate Athletic Association. The purpose of its sponsors is to interest the youth of the nation in physical fitness and clean, wholesome athletics. The halftime festivities are about to begin, so let's watch the pageantry. Here's the University of Texas Band, one of the finest in the nation. It spells out S-U-G-A-R in a salute to New Orleans and the Sugar Bowl. Miss Libby Mullenix is the featured baton twirler. Now the Longhorns, directed by Mr. Vincent Danino, go into a giant script formation of the letters Texas, T-E-X-A-S. They play their alma mater, the eyes of Texas are upon you. As the Longhorns march off the field, another group of Texans come on. The Apache Bells of Tyler Junior College, directed by Mrs. Mildred Stringer. The Bells do their precision dance drill to the accompaniment of the Darktown Strutters Ball, played by their cowboy band. Now the Ole Miss Band, directed by Mr. Lyle Babcock, salutes the Southeastern Conference schools. The Rebels form an outline of the Lone Star State. Miss Pat Alexander, champion twirler, gives an exhibition of her skill with the baton. The band forms the outline of the map of the state of Mississippi, and a replica of a river steamboat is carried down to the tune of Waiting for the Robert E. Lee. Dixie is the grand finale as the Rebels march off the field. Now we're ready for the third quarter. Here's Ole Miss kicking off. Jackie Simpson's boot carries down to the 10-yard line, where Alvis takes it, and he returns to the Texas 31. Texas in possession, 1st and 10 on their 31. Fondren calling the signal. The hands off to Allen, who gains a yard at guard. Again, Allen takes the handoff, picks up 2 at the same spot. West makes the tackle. Fondren keeps it, leaps to pass, throws, the ball's batted down, and Brown intercepts and returns to the Texas 32. So it's Ole Miss's ball. 1st and 10 on the Texas 32-yard line. Ray Brown in at quarterback. He fades, fakes, and throws to Lovelace, but it's incomplete. Again, Ray Brown fades and passes. It's to Lovelace, but Kent has tackled hard and loses the ball. Brown calls signal. Keeps the ball this time, picks up 3 yards over tackle before Alvis brings him down. So it's 4th and 7. Brown in at quarterback. Fakes and he keeps it. Races through a hole at tackle for 7 yards, and it's a first down. Ole Miss ball, 1st and 10, Texas 21-yard line. Brown hands off to Reed, but Leroy fails to gain at guard. Hurst takes the handoff from Brown, hits the middle, fumbles the ball, and Wilson recovers for the Longhorns on their 16. Texas takes over. Bonner's a quarterback, and on the keeper, he picks up 3 over guard. Again, Pondren keeps, and he sweeps in for 6 before Reed and Crane combine on the tackle. Third and 1. Pondren calling a signal. Blanche takes the handoff, crashes over guard for 8 yards and a first down. Ball's on to Texas 33. Allen takes the handoff from Pondren, picks up 2 at the middle. Pondren calling a signal, hands off to Blanche, gets inside in for 8 yards, and it's a first down on the 43. Now Texas is on the march. It's Blanche taking the handoff. He busts over tackle, gets away from one tackler, and he goes to the Ole Miss 39. A gain of 18 yards before Brown brings him down. First and 10 for Texas. Again, Blanche carries. He hits tackle, but this time he's held to 1 yard. Pondren calls the signals. Fades the pass. He's rushed hard, tackled, fumbles, the ball's loose, and Grantham recovers. And it's Ole Miss ball on her 48. Now Franklin comes in at quarter for Ole Miss. On a keeper, Bobby races through a gap at tackle, and he runs to the Texas 36 before he's brought down. It was a gain of 16 yards in the play. And a first down and 10 for Ole Miss. Quarterback is Franklin, and he fades, passes to Taylor. Complete for 8 yards. Smith making the tackle. Second and 2 on the Texas 28. Franklin spins, hands off to Flowers. Charlie goes over tackle for the first down. Ball's on the 25-yard line. Here's Taylor going into motion. Franklin fades to the left. He's going to throw. He passes, complete to Hall on the Texas 12-yard line. Good for 14 and another first down. Franklin calling the signals. He fades to the right. He's going to pass again. This one's intended for Brewer in the goal line, but it's too high, out of Jimmy's reach. Franklin at quarterback. Fades to pass, but he keeps the ball, and he races all the way to the 4-yard line. A gain of 8 yards before Welch brings him down. Second down and 4 yards to go for a touchdown. Flowers taking the handoff, picks up a yard at right guard. Franklin calls the signals. He keeps it. Runs to the left. Flowers makes the key block. Bobby cuts back, and it's a touchdown. Ole Miss has scored again. Guyat's kick is good. Ole Miss 26, Texas nothing. Here's Franklin's kickoff. He boots it, a long one, into the end zone. The Longhorns will put it in play on the 20-yard line. Here's Lackey calling the signals. Bobby hands off to Welch, who gains a yard at the middle. Now Lackey takes the handoff, fades, and passes into the flat to Ramirez for a gain of 3 yards. Champion makes the tackle. Third down, 6 yards to go. Lackey fakes and hands off to Blanche. George blasts his way over guard for 7 yards. First down and 10 to go for Texas in their 31. Lackey, the quarterback, hands off to Welch. And Jimmy blasts through a hole at left tackle, gets into the clear at the 40. He's at the 50, the Ole Miss 47 before Franklin brings him down. A gain of 22 yards on the play. Blanche takes a handoff from Lackey. He's hit by Churchwell. Fumbles, ball loose. Reed dives in for the recovery. It's Ole Miss's ball on her 44. Brown calls signals. Ray fades. He's got a pass. Throws it complete to Reed. It's good for 9 yards. That makes it 2nd and 1. Hurst takes the ball up the middle. And a first down on the play. Ole Miss ball on Texas 45. Brown, the quarterback, keeps it. He races inside in and goes to the Texas 38. After a penalty and 2 incomplete passes, Ray Brown drops back and punts. Ball rolls to the Texas 13, where Blanche picks it up and returns to the 17. Texas ball, 1st and 10 or 17-yard line. Here's Welch taking a handoff. He races through tackle for 26, or rather to the 26. It's a gain of 9 yards in the play. Makes it 2nd and 1. Lackey here, laterals to Alvis. And Max goes around in for 2 yards and the first down before Lott runs him out of bounds. Welch takes a handoff, hits tackle, gain of 4 yards, and that's the end of the 3rd quarter with the score Ole Miss 26, Texas nothing. Clements calls signals as the 4th quarter opens. Allen takes a handoff. He goes over guard for a yard as Hurst comes in for the tackle. Clements takes a long count, keeps the ball, and he races around in for 3 yards before Hurst and West combine on the tackle. After an exchange of punts, it's 1st and 10 for Texas on the Ole Miss 27. Allen goes up the middle here for 2 yards. Clements fades the pass. It's intended for Monty Lee. But Reed intercepts on the Ole Miss 7, and he's tackled there by Alvis. It's Ole Miss's ball. Franklin calling the signals. That's Woodruff in motion. Flowers takes the handoff over guard for 2 yards. Franklin fades, runs to the right. He's got a pass. It's intended for Cowboy Woodruff, but it's too low. Incomplete. Quarterback's Franklin, and again he fades to pass. He eludes several tacklers, but he's finally thrown for a 4-yard loss by Kennan. Ray Brown replaces Franklin, and Ray punts from the end zone. The ball carries out to the Ole Miss 35. Blanche returns the 33-yard line where Kirk makes the tackle. Texas ball in the Ole Miss 33. Clements in at quarterback. Hits over tackle, but the play is going to be called back. The Longhorns are penalized 5 yards for being offside. Clement fades. He has good protection here, and he throws. It's intended for Blanche, but over his head. Clement fades again. He throws deep. It's intended for Lee, but over his head and out of bounds. That'll make it 3rd down, 15 yards to go. Allen takes a handoff from Clements. He races up the middle to the Ole Miss 21 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 17 yards in the play. 1st and 10 for Texas. Alvis gets the ball in this one. It's over guard for a gain of 2 yards, and Simpson makes a tackle. Allen busts through a hole at right tackle. He goes to the Ole Miss 9-yard line before Brown brings him down. Again, the handoff goes to Allen, and he blasts off tackle to the Ole Miss 1. Brown makes a stop. The ball's on the Ole Miss 1-yard line now. Goal to go. The snap, the handoff to Blanche. He's over the middle for a touchdown, and Texas scores. Mackey's conversion is good. That makes it Ole Miss 26, Texas 7. Here's Lackey kicking off now for Texas. It's short to the Ole Miss 33 where Templeton receives. He returns to the 40, fumbles, and Hayworth recovers for the Longhorns. So it's Texas ball in the Ole Miss 23. Lackey calling the signals. Hands off to Welch, who gains a yard at left tackle. Lackey fades and passes this time. Intended for Mickey Smith. It's good for 11 yards and a first down on the 30. Lackey again fades to pass. Looking for a receiver. He throws. It's intercepted by Ray Brown at the 6-yard line. He slips out of the grasp of several tacklers, dodges, and runs to the Ole Miss 19 before he's finally knocked out of bounds by Schulte. Ole Miss is penalized 15 yards for clipping on the play. Ball's brought back, and put into play again on the 4. So here's Brown calling the signals. Spins and hands off to Flower. Picks up 3 yards at tackle. Brown keeps, and he sweeps in. Goes to the 14-yard line. Schulte making the tackle. 1st and 10 for Ole Miss. Their own 14. Flowers takes quick handoff. Moves up the middle for 3. Calling the signals. Hands off to Taylor, who smacks center for 2 yards. Brown keeps the ball. Races through a hole inside the left end to the Ole Miss 36. But a holding penalty sets the Rebels right back to their 8. Brown spins, hands off to Flowers, who tries to sweep in, but he fails to gain on the play. Ole Miss in punt formation, Brown in the end zone. The pass from center is high. Brown's going to run. Stevens misses the tackle. Brown races to his left, evades Castleberry, picks up blockers. Flowers takes out one Longhorn to the 30. And Churchwell clears the last Texan at midfield. Brown is in the clear, has a convoy of Simpson, Hall, and Taylor. Past the 30 to the 20 to the 10, and over he goes. 92 yards, the longest run in the history of the Sugar Bowl. It's a new record. Kayat's boot is, and the score, Ole Miss 33, Texas 7. Let's see that record run again. Brown in the end zone, takes the snap, and he's on his way. Flowers provides that key block. Churchwell clears the last Texas tackler and Ray's in the open by the 50. He passes the 30, the 20, the 10, and over he goes. He actually covers 103 yards in this run since he started in the end zone. Now Kayat will kick off. There's a boot. It carries down to the Texas 10. Bednarski receives. He returns to the Longhorn 28. Ole Miss is penalized 5 yards for a delay of the game. Now here's Moffitt calling the signals. Moffitt fumbles in the Texas 33, and Owens recovers for Ole Miss. Brewer calls signals. Brewer, he passes to Jenkins. It's good for 13 yards and first down on the Longhorn 20. Brewer calling the signals. He keeps, picks up 8 yards at left end. Makes it 2nd down and 2 to go. Taylor going out in motion. Brewer fades back. He's going to pass. He throws it Taylor in the end zone, and it's a touchdown. Another Ole Miss tally. Burke's kick goes wide following the touchdown. The score, Ole Miss 39, Texas 7, and that is the end of the game. Jubilant Ole Miss players hoist Coach Johnny Vaught on their shoulders. Coach Darrell Royal of Texas extends congratulations. So another Sugar Bowl classic is history. Why don't you plan to visit New Orleans, historic city of charm and culture, the home of the Sugar Bowl? This is Mel Levitt bidding you au revoir.